All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. This lesson is entitled Coming to the World, Coming to America and to the World. Okay? And you might ask, what do I mean by that? Coming to America, coming soon to America and the world. A new world order is what's headed our way. That's what's headed our way, a new world order. And what you see before you on the left and the right is the Tower of Babel. All right. And in our this was in the one on the left is in the ancient world. All right. The Tower of Babel. And this is in the modern world in Europe. This is at the Parliament. Okay. All right. So, this is Edom's attempt at a modern day AI powered Tower of Babel. That's what they're attempting to put together. All right. In America and around the world. Okay. A digital cash, digital IDs, retina scans, and fingerprints. Okay. That's what's going to be required of everybody here in America. All right. Real soon. Okay. It's already implemented in other countries. A surveillance police state in which they're putting together. All right. In 50 states of America. Detention centers. And eventually the MOTB, the implant, in which is going to go into your hand or in your forehead. It's their vain attempt to seize hold onto the birthright of Jacob, the 12 tribes, the Israelites, and prevent the kingdom of heaven from being established. And they've already begun this. Look at a video here.
Banning cash January of next year in 2027, but oh my, Mexico. Okay, so not only are they banning cash January of next year in 2027, but now they're saying in June of this year, which is in 2 months, that all 127 million phone users will have to register all their numbers into a biometric data. So that will include fingerprints, iris scans, and facial recognition. And if you just don't want to do that, well, you'll just be cut from cell service. And this will include all prepaid phones as well, or the Amigo lines, all of it. All of it. The push is here, the digital ID, the digital, everything is here. But we're right behind. Everyone will be following right behind you guys. Remember, mandates don't mean anything if you say no. Oh.
So you saw that, right? Okay, let's go here to Job 9:24. And it reads, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so this is Esau, Edom, setting this up. Okay, again, it's their feeble attempt to seize hold onto the birthright of Jacob, the Israelites, and prevent the kingdom of heaven from being established. All right, because they're going to subdue everyone. They're going to know everything about you. They're going to know you inside and out. They're going to know your whereabouts, all of that, and they're going to pretty much surveil you with a police state. And if you get out of line, they're going to put you in these detention centers. All right. So it's their feeble attempt to seize hold onto the birthright of Jacob. All right. That's what this is all about. Okay. All right. And this surveillance, let's look more into it a little bit.
In the measurement and analysis. Today we're diving into biometrics and the measurement and analysis of unique physical or behavioral characteristics for identification and access control. Now this is fingerprints, facial features, iris patterns, or even behavioral traits. Biometric systems capture these characteristics, convert them into a digital format, and compare them against a database. You might be using it to unlock your phone, use your face with your fingerprint beyond personal devices. They're used for security systems, border control, even payment systems. So while they offer enhanced security and convenience, they also raise privacy concerns. Your data is highly personal. If it's compromised, people can get to you. So as technology advances, we see biometrics emerge, making identification even easier. Follow and subscribe for more.
So as you can see, they're implementing this and they're bringing this to pass, okay, at lightning speed, okay, in various countries all over the world, okay. All right, let's go to, I'll read Psalms. I just used the Bible real quick. Let's go to Psalms 49 and 11. So as you just heard, okay, that's what they're going to require all over the planet, okay. It's their attempt to create a Tower of Babel through AI, all right, and digital technology, okay. Psalms 49 and 11, and why? Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So that's their inward thought. They want to stay in power, okay? All right. So that's the reason why this is being established now at this time. All right. To pretty much the Edomite elite have ordered this to happen so they can stay in power over the world. Okay. Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk chapter 2 in verses 4 and 5. And it reads, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresses by wine, his own philosophies and ways. All right, they want to be like the Most High, okay? He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. And this is the point, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right, and that's Esau, Edom. That's what they're doing. They're gathering all this data on everybody, all right, to basically control them. All right, it's a control grid that they're establishing. All right, Genesis chapter 11. All right, they attempted this before at the Tower of Babel, and the Lord confounded it, and he's going to confound it again. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. That's Genesis 11 and 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. All right, this was after the flood, okay? And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down there and confound language, that they may not understand one another. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So what they were trying to do is make a memorial for themselves. Let's go to the blue letter, okay, and take a look at this, okay. We'll go to Genesis chapter 11 and 4 that I have highlighted here. And it says, and they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. All right, so what does this name mean? All right, let's take a look at it. All right, this is what's important here to understand. All right, and we are regenerated spirits, and these spirits are back here today trying to build this Tower of Babel again through AI. And they're pushing this 100. Okay, so this word name, what does it mean? All right.
Strong's H 8034. Shame. Shame.
All right, shame. It means shame. All right, let's scroll down here. Strong's definitions. All right, an appellation as a mark or memorial. You see what I'm saying? That's what it means, a memorial of individuality, by implication, honor, authority, and character. So they were trying to honor themselves as a memorial, right? But the Lord was not down with that. Let's go to the root word and look at that. The root word of shame, okay? Showing Strong's. We'll go here to biblical. Make sure I can find that real quick. Hold on a second. I think I clicked on the wrong word here. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right, but we'll read this anyway. To put, place, set, appoint, and make. All right, so we know that the Lord did not appoint them, okay, to be a memorial, okay, in remembrance. He didn't want that to happen. All right, so let's go back. All right, let's see where I didn't. All right, hold on. All right, here it is, right here. All right, so the outline biblical usage is, okay, for this name, they would want to make a name for themselves. Name, reputation, fame, glory, the name as designation of the Most High. As designation of the Most High. All right, keep that in mind. And the real point, memorial and monument. Okay, so they wanted to make them a monument and a memorial designation of the Most High. And the Lord was not down with the other nations doing that. All right, so let's go back to the Bible and show you why he was not down with it. All right, you go to Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verses 8. When the Most High divided, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. That's the reason why the Lord didn't allow them to come together as one. So Christianity, bringing everyone together as one, is false. Did you hear me? Christianity, bringing everybody together, all nations together, is false. The Lord is only down with one nation, two nations, two kingdoms, which would be the southern and northern kingdom of Israel, the Israelites. That's who he chose for his monument. Can I prove that? He proved. You can go back to the blue letter, all right, and just he chose the Israelites as his monument. They're the monument of the Lord. All you had to do was put in Zion. Zion, and look it up, the meaning of it. All right. Okay. All right. We'll just grab Zion here in the tools. And here, Zion. And let's look at the Strongs here. Okay. And it says a mountain of Jerusalem, right? All right. And another name for Jerusalem, right? Let's go to the etymology of the word. Signpost, monument. You see that? And I think the way you pronounce it is to Zion. It means monument. A monument right here, or guiding pillar. Okay. So the monument of the Lord is the Israelites. So he didn't want the whole world to have this glory, this honor, okay? All right. He only remembers the memorial of the Israelites, and that's it. Okay. That's the reason why this feeble attempt of building a Tower of Babel all over again through AI, okay, subduing all the people together, okay, around the whole globe. It's happening all over the globe. You're gonna have to submit to the biometrics. You're gonna have to submit to everything that they're asking you to do, okay. And we're gonna do that right on up to when they say, hey, you know what, uh, we got to put a chip in your hand, or the implant in your brain, because they're going to bring that forth as well, because it's all prophecy. So it's going to come to pass, right? They're going to say, we want all that your biometric information, and the information that's on your debit card, credit, whatever. All of that's going into the implant, in which they're going to put into your forehead or into your hand. Okay. All right. And if you're not down with it, they're going to put you to death. All right. But that's it. That's the end. That's the main goal. Just say that's the main goal of the elites, is to have you implanted, because then they have branded you. Okay. You become owned by them. All right. They own you then. You're no longer of the Lord. Okay. The Lord is going to melt you. That's the reason why he's going to melt you, because you're no longer one of his. Because you've now connected with the system voluntarily, and you branded yourself. Okay. Most slaves were branded, okay, as belonging to a owner, a plantation owner. Okay. All right. So that's the way you got to look at it. So once you get this brand, this implant in you, you belong to the system. You belong to Esau, Edom, and their beast system, their new world order. All right. Okay. And the beast is representative of the Edomite structure, and is portrayed by NATO and the EU. And that's why you see the flags around the Parliament building at that. Let me show it to you real quick again. That's why you're seeing the flag, if you ain't noticed that. All right. All right. You see the on the right here, that's the dark blue 10-star flag is the European Union. That's the representative of the beast. You see? All right. Okay. The Edomite power structure. That's who you're gonna belong to if you partake in this implant. All right. So the memorial, just remember, the memorial of the Lord is the Israelites. It's not it's not them. It's not Esau, Edom. It's not, and they're trying to seize hold of that birthright that they lost, their forefather lost. Okay, if they can just get everyone to take that implant, then they have won. That's in their mind. They think that they have won because by default, the Lord is going to kill the Israelites that take that. You understand? All right. So they think they can still hold on to the birthright and still continue to rule the planet Earth, if you can put that together. All right. That's what they're trying to achieve. That's their main goal. All right. Let's go back here, scripture here to Isaiah 47 and verses 6. All right. It was the Lord who allowed them to actually take us down. All right. But we are his monument. All right. His inheritance. All right. Isaiah chapter 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. You see that? The memorial of the Lord. And given them into thine hand. Whose hands did he give us into? You should know that. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, took us into bondage. All right. To this very day. Okay. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. All right. Okay. Because that's talking about chattel slavery, our forefathers. All right. They didn't care if you was a young child or you was an old man. You had to get out there and pick that cotton. You understand? That's what the Lord is saying. Okay. So the monument of the Lord is the Israelites. And the Tower of Babel is going to fail. All right. All right. So let's go to Baruch, which tells you this again. The Lord is telling you that you are his monument, which is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 4. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You see that? See how that comes together? That's the reason why they're not going to win this thing. They're going to try to establish it all the way out because it's prophecy. And they're going to get a lot of people. They're going to be implanted and all that. But in the end, he's going to destroy them, okay, by thermonuclear missiles and in the world, in these Armageddon. That's how the Lord's going to get rid of them. Okay. Okay. Psalms 2 and verses 8. We'll start 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? This is the vain thing. This is that vain thing, to establish the Tower of Babel using AI to subdue everyone into one control grid, all right, to have a police state, detention centers, to gather everyone that disagrees. All of this is, the Lord is saying, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? This is vanity, okay? Just like the people in the Tower of Babel, that was vanity. And the angels came down and confounded them, okay? The Lord's going to confound this too, all right? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, against Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cord from us. All right, break the bands of the Israelites. Okay, this is ancient prophecy here. They would want to break the bands of the Israelites, you know, not allow them to come together. That's why we're so divided. The so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native, we're so divided. Because they divided us, okay? All right? Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion, the monument. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So that we're going to inherit them as slaves and servants. You see that? Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Okay. All right. So that's going to be the end result. The Lord is prophesying that they going into captivity. All right. They trying to prevent it by coming against us with this technology. All right. And technocratic society and, surveillance police state. But it's not going to work. It's a feeble attempt to hold on to the birthright. Okay, gain the birthright anyway. All right, okay, all right, and keep ruling the planet Earth. Okay, the so-called white man Esau Edom, but that privilege, eternal rulership was given to Jacob and the 12 tribes. All right. All right, Second Esdras 6 and 7, which tells us this is what's going to happen. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when? I highlighted. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born to him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, because Jacob, through the prophesying on the highways and hedges and teaching this word over the earth, there's a whole new vibration that's going across the earth, and people are starting to see that the so-called white man is the devil. You get what I'm saying? And he will be pulled down out of rulership, and the Lord will be one with his servants again. And that's what's happening. They're not winning nothing. Everything is failing. Okay, you notice that they usually go over and take over a country in 2 minutes and they're out. It's not happening. They're still over there in the land trying to defeat Iran, and they can't do it. That's because the Spirit of the Lord is saying that enough is enough. Time is up for you. Okay, and it's only going to get worse. All right, here in America. All right. Right, verse 8 again. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born to him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world. All right, the end of this age. That's what the world means. All right. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So the Lord is going to give the kingdom of heaven to Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. Yahushua, King David, the 144,000, and 1/3 of all Israel is going to inherit the whole earth. All right. So with that, I say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.